what's up, y'all? What's going on? Welcome in. We have some snaps. Checking in after the final game of championship weekend. If it sounds a little funny, I'm on an AirPod on my phone. I'm at home. Aaron's at his house. So I can't see chat. Aaron, so if anything's in there, let me know.
I will.
But yeah, man.
Oh, hook 'em.
No.
Oh, hook 'em.
Oh, dude. Oh no, SEC, what's going on? You know, we're SEC guys, so I want to be clear. Like, I really, with everybody listening that listens to the show knows that I mean this when I say it. I literally, with every cell in my body, I sincerely wish that Alabama and Georgia were in the playoff tomorrow.
No,
Like
you don't.
I would give up
No, you don't.
anything.
No, you
Anything
don't.
but my children. I would sacrifice if we could get a couple SEC teams in tomorrow. I just don't see it happening, boys.
Boy,
It's a fucking bummer.
boy, everyone in the chat, T-Pop is literally so happy because Jaden Daniels is about to win a Heisman Trophy. So LSU gets a Heisman. No one from the SEC gets in. Georgia, Alabama walk away empty-handed. Well, Alabama at least has an SEC championship. Alabama they got something. They won the SEC, but LSU's kind of sitting back saying, "We about to win a Heisman," and those fools be sent out at number
No.
5
Look,
and
bro.
6.
No, dude. No, we're an SEC. Aaron, we're an SEC track. We are an
Mm.
SEC show, kind of, in some ways. With no SEC teams in the playoffs, I'm gonna have a hard time being interested in it. I agree,
I'm
bro.
not.
I might not even watch them. I
No.
really might not even watch. But yeah, I mean, look, it's so let's be clear. The next 12 hours or so are going to be filled with a lot of best team or most deserving team. But just remember, when somebody
Oh, T-Pop's great Wi-Fi at the house. Let's take that middle line out of my face. There we go. All right, let's get to that Florida State game real quick, and then I'm going to give you guys my top 5 teams or top 4 teams, excuse me, for these playoff rankings, and then we'll see if we get T-Bob back into the fold here. There he is. All right, T-Bob, I'm going to give as you get stable, I'm going to give my little reaction to the Florida State game real quick.
I hear you.
All right, here we go. All right, so the big discussion is going to be Florida State and Alabama. I don't think that there's any real debate about the top 3. I think for sure you're going to have Michigan, you're going to have Washington. You know, maybe there's a conversation about who should be 1, who should be 2. You know, the committee obviously liked Oregon, so I don't see it happening. Michigan took care of business tonight versus Iowa, shutting them out 26-0. So I don't think they drop out of the number 1 spot. So you're going to get Michigan 1. You're probably going to get Washington 2. I think you're going to get Texas 3 for 2 reasons. 1, Texas beat Alabama head-to-head, so you're going to be ahead of Alabama. And the committee clearly stated they're going to take into account head-to-head matchups. So Texas is 3 over them. And if they do decide to keep Florida State in, I think they're going to say, hey, Florida State, you're in, but Texas to us is the better football team. Even with the loss to Oklahoma, they go at 3. Florida State's at 4. That way Michigan gets the what we all view as the lesser of the 2 opponents in the first round matchup if Michigan is the number 1 team. So Texas is 3. I think Texas right now you should be celebrating. Austin, Texas, congratulations. You won the Big 12. You kicked ass. Quinn Ewers was tremendous today. Broke some records. And you leave the Big 12 after this year as champs. And now a playoff team. And I love Texas. For those who have been on this chat and watching the show, complete football team, I would favor them in that week 1 or round 1 matchup versus the Washington Huskies. So that's my top 3 for sure. Now it's the question of 4. Did Florida State show us enough on defense tonight, T-Bob? On defense to say, hey, we didn't have our backup quarterback, concussion protocol. He'll be back for the playoffs. But this defense is pretty damn good. Let me give you some stats real quick. T-Bob. Louisville came in averaging 33 points per game. Florida State held them to 6.
Yeah.
Louisville came in averaging 438 yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
They held them to 188. Louisville came in averaging 6.5 yards per play. Florida State held the Cardinals to 2.7.
Damn, pretty good, dude. Pretty good, dude.
Like, why can't a team just be leaning on that defense to win football games? They got two great receivers. You got back. You got a backup quarterback that didn't even play, and your defense shut their asses out. So, like,
you mentioned everything.
Quarterback, a true fucking freshman.
No, you mentioned everything they have. It's most important. It's actually what they don't have, and that's a loss.
Yeah.
If only Alabama had found a way to beat Texas at home, then we'd be cheering, man. We'd be like, hell yeah, roll SEC, roll Tide, straight into Atlanta or straight into playoff. Look, Again, there's going to be a lot of discussion. Before I got cut off, somebody called me, fuck this up. But there's going to be a lot of discussion in the next 12 hours of best, most deserving team. I need you to understand, when people say best, it should come within parentheses in front of the word best, the team I believe are best. Like, why the fuck do we play football if Florida State going undefeated, winning the ACC, challenging themselves out of conference, beating LSU, even having Florida on the schedule, obviously. Like, they got strength of schedule. They're undefeated. The defense is fucking awesome, like you said. But even if the defense wasn't awesome, like, why does the team just get to leap over another? Because, like, Vegas thought Oregon was going to beat Washington by 10.
They thought Michigan was going to beat TCU last year in the first round of the playoffs.
Vegas thought that fucking Georgia was going to win tonight. Like, that's my point. Like, we all believed those teams to be best, but when you played the actual game, they were not.
They were not.
Especially after watching Michigan collapse last season against TCU. You're telling me that Florida State defense couldn't make things interesting? I disagree.
I'm watching both games tonight. I'm watching side by side Iowa, Michigan, Florida State, Louisville. And at one point, I'm like on Twitter, and everyone's bitching about the Louisville game. I look over, it's 3-0. I look over the other screen, it's 10-0. I'm like, it ain't like Michigan's out here just blowing them away.
No.
I mean, it's just like, but we're going to just be ultra critical about Florida State because there's a good portion of people that don't want them in there because they don't have Jordan Travis. Like, no.
Well, no, it's losing Jordan Travis, but it's also the fact that we got you have a one-loss SEC champion, and it's Alabama, and they beat Georgia, who had won 29 games in a row, and that would be very strong in a vacuum. And again, in a flawed system, sometimes the system will produce what we perceive to be flawed results, but the results are the results. And this is a very specific set of circumstances that has led to this, where a one-loss Alabama SEC champion should, don't know if they will, but should get left out. And the original sin lies in losing to Texas at home.
Yeah.
And that's,
how would you rank? Give me your power rankings right now. Like, if the committee would the committee sat down and said, you know what? I don't care what the schedule. We're going to ignore everything you've done this year. We're just going to purely say eyeball test. Yeah. These who we believe are the 4 best teams in America. Go. Who are they?
Yeah, I would go. Okay, I'd definitely go Michigan.
Michigan 1.
Alabama
2. Georgia 3.
No, I think I'd go
Texas
USC, then LSU. They have the past 2 Heisman winners. Yeah. And then, I'm still on Iowa. I know Iowa lost, and I'm going to do whatever I did with Oregon. I know Iowa lost tonight, but I'm still on Iowa, dude. I'm telling you. If you played this game again, they would beat Michigan. See, what I'm doing here, guys, is an exercise in taking the logic to the absurd level, right? But understand that my logic is just as subjective as the ones who are going to tell you, well, these are the best 4 teams in America. Well, then why do we play the fucking game? And you know what? I'm not going to say, dude, did you see the Greg Sankey quote earlier that I sent to the chat?
Oh, so
where
good.
He's talking about, like, the winner of the SEC is not getting left out. This is like, come on, let's be real life. This is not Sesame Street. One of these things.
What do you think he's going to say? What do you think he's going to say? Like, Kirby said the same thing. It's funny. My dad's over. My dad was bitching about hearing some media members before the Florida State game essentially saying Florida State doesn't deserve you. If they win, doesn't deserve to get in. And then 3 minutes later, I pull up my phone and Kirby is saying it's the 4 best teams. And you can't tell me watching that game, we're not one of the 4 best teams in America.
Look,
that's what the committee said. And then Nick Saban said the same damn thing. Like, you have to politic for your team. You got to politic for your conference. Like, I'm not going
you
to
have to politic to your team. You have to politic for your conference. But he was putting out some real smug fucking energy, pride energy. And what comes before the fall, my friends? Pride cometh. Okay, and that's exactly. And so, yeah, it's fucking hilarious to me when he said that this morning. I texted to the group. It was like, bro, I'm excited to watch this age. Like there is I said it like this is such an asshole quote that it literally on its own makes me want to watch it like blow up in his face, and it should. But as the committee, I mean, you're telling me, guys, come here. It's humans, okay? It's humans at the end of the day. You're telling me there's nothing exciting about leaving the SEC out and having a legitimate case to do so after because all of Sankey's arrogance is representative of what the SEC has been lording over you for the past 10 years. All the national championships, all that other stuff. But T-Bob, that's where they should get in. Well, no, not really. Each year is its own independent year. You're telling me that this committee isn't going to be a bit tempted to say, hey, SEC, look. I mean, when somebody shits all over you and then you have a chance to shit on them, don't you love to do it? And here the committee can be like, SEC, we get what you're saying, but we looked at all the facts and everything. And I'm sorry, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work for us.
It's you, not us. I'm sorry.
It just doesn't work for us. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look at Texas already running the SEC in the playoff. Hold it down for the conference.
Appreciate you, Texas. Appreciate you, Texas.
God, dude, I'm gonna be probably like 8 hours into a car ride tomorrow when they drop these rankings 6 or 7, and I'm gonna do all
the quote unquote ESPN predictors, whatever that is, did not, with Florida State winning, did not have Alabama in.
Yeah, they shouldn't. They should not.
They should not.
I mean, why the fuck do we play the sport if you deny that heroic FSU team that we just saw down to their third string quarterback, knowing everything's on the line against a good Louisville team in a conference championship? Everybody, you got so many people waiting on your downfall, and you go out there and you just find a way to win. If we don't honor winning, then what the fuck do we play the games for? Okay. Miss me with all your intellectual bullshit, okay? And like everybody's going to try to wrap it up and like, well, teams are allowed to get better, and you're going to hear data point. And when somebody says data point, just shut your ears off and stop listening to them because they're already doing too much. Undefeated, 1-loss conference champ with a direct win. Sorry, undefeated. 1-loss conference champ with a direct win over their main competitor to get that final spot. Sorry, bro. That's it.
How do you?
One sentence.
Do you? So my 4: Michigan,
Obviously.
Washington, Texas, FSU. Do you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that, but that would also kind of fly a bit in the face of what we're saying, though obviously that feels a bit like a good compromise, right?
It does.
Honor the 1 seed in that regard a bit as well. By giving them what you view the 4th best team, put in the most 4 deserving, and then if you want to seed them by your opinion, and that's okay. But it would be a high crime against football and gods if FSU wasn't in there, and it just makes me angry, dude.
So you're perfectly okay knowing, once again, the game has to be played. We've seen upsets that Vegas will probably have that line about 15, if not more.
No, I'm not okay with it, dude. I wish it was Georgia or Alabama. Freaking can't believe it's not going to be. It's just crazy. But I wish it was so we could have a good game. But unfortunately, we're going to have to watch FSU in there. Oh, well, guess we just got to accept it, guys. Pour one out. And then, I don't know. What does that mean? Like New Year's 6 for Bama and Georgia? That's fun.
Poor Missouri and Ole Miss, who are looking for New Year's Six games this year, and they're going to get completely pushed out of this whole thing.
Sorry, bro.
I mean, Missouri going 10-2, Ole Miss 10-2 for the second time in 3 years. Both teams in the top 12, I believe, heading into this weekend. Missouri looking like a New Year's Six team, and they ain't going anymore.
This is the bully getting bullied. The SEC getting fucked on hard right now, and I hate to see it personally. I don't know, man. I guess like at least guys. I know a lot of y'all are Georgia fans, and I wish you could see each other right now. And I apologize to everybody's hurting out there. A lot of y'all are Bama fans. I know y'all's hurting too. Let's just all rally around the SEC banner, and we can watch Jaden Daniels lift that trophy next week, and it can be like SEC. That's another Heisman for the boys, and we can all just really embrace that and come together as one conference.
So
it just means more.
The national championship lines right now are Michigan plus 110, Texas plus 350, Washington plus 450, Alabama plus 550, Florida State plus 1600.
Oh, me likey that Washington line. Gio's artificially made this has officially made this the only channel that believes in Huskies. I know, Kevin, I know. Beware the eye test. Beware the man who, do you know who I don't fucking trust? The dude who tells me he's got it all figured out. Like the guy who thinks he's always got it right. That's the guy you got to be wary of. I trust the man who thinks he knows nothing. Sorry, Greg. Maybe we do live on Sesame Street.
It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. All right. Well, you get some rest, big guy. You get ready
11 Central.
Yes.
11 Central, noon Eastern. We're going to react afterwards. I will be driving. Hopefully the kids are not freaking out. If not, maybe I'll just have to make a quick appearance. If it is free, well, whatever. We'll deal with it. But I fully plan on being balls deep in a drive to Orlando as I driving through the state of Florida as I celebrate the Florida State Seminoles' heroic performance and pour one out for the SEC. I'm sorry, Kirby. I'm sorry, Nick. Really wanted to see Kirby win 3 in a row. Really wanted Nick and the Empire to be back, but you can't, even in the spirit of Christmas, you can't get everything you want. So y'all take it easy. Thank you all so much. Shout out to Pat Gunther, Chris Tran, everybody on the production Snaps team, everybody on the Snaps team, including all you listening out there. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Road to 10K continues. Misery loves company. So for everybody who's not playing in the playoff, just hit that sub button. Or if your favorite team is, hit it as well. For real though, last thing, I've been a little flippant tonight, and FSU's performance really was heroic. I mean that sincerely. And that was some big balls, badass football, back against the wall. Just find a way to win your conference fucking championship. And FSU did it. So credit to it. It's good shit, and I hope they don't get screwed over because of it.
I'm with you.
All right, that'll be it.
See you tomorrow.
See y'all later.